This podcast is a production of the Three Ranger Bros Studios, in association with Zero to Hero, the podcast.
Rangers Global, Chapter 2, United Strangers. In the Cloud Palace, Loki sat on his throne, when suddenly a portal opened and out walked Nephis, the Royal Blue Ranger. "Took you long enough," Loki barked. "Sorry, I guess," Nephis said with a roll of her eyes. Then she tossed the crystal at Loki. He caught it and chuckled. He placed it on his staff, and a massive amount of energy rippled through it. "Bring me my prisoner," Loki cackled. Then some of the mummies dragged in a big, huge cage full of people. One of the gods, disguised in their human forms, walked out. The god was the Egyptian lion known as Thoth. He stood tall before Loki. Loki waved his new enhanced scepter and waved it in front of Thoth, and suddenly his eyes glowed green. "I live to serve you, master," the god said, now completely under his control. "Excellent! Now go forth." "Make me a minion," Loki commanded. Thoth waved his hand and channeled the morphing grid and made a monster. It looked like a big chunky pyramid with legs and arms. Its torso pointed outward into a point, and his head was also a very small pyramid. "I call him Pyramidus," Thoth said to Loki. "Send him to Aswan, Egypt. We have unwanted guests," Loki demanded. In the Museum and Library of Ancient History and Mythology, Himiko sat there in front of the four Rangers and Brohan.
"Let me get this straight. Brohan is an alien who came here to save Earth and summoned you four? Power Rangers? From different universes?"
Himiko said awkwardly.
"That's pretty much it."
Eric chuckled. "I am sorry, Himiko. I should have been honest about this, but there is your safety I had to think about." Brohan sighed.
"I get it. And I want to help."
Himiko smiled.
"You cannot be serious,"
Elias blurted.
"I'm dead serious."
Himiko barked back. "Easy now, whoa. Himiko, I think it'd be awesome if you joined," Lip said to her. Then they all turned to Mark, who had been sat there in silence.
"I've seen teams work together fine, with normal civilians. I'd say we let her in. She seems like she knows what she's doing,"
Mark said confidently. "Then it is settled. Himiko, welcome to the team," Brohan said with a smile.
"I'm gonna check the books and see what I can find on those mummies you guys fought."
Himiko smiled back. She stood up and walked away and headed to the library section of the building. "I guess I should now show you to your quarters," Brohan said. Then he led them to the basement, where they found 4 beds, a training section and a fitness system, and a TV lounge area. "Welcome home. Now, on your bedside tables you'll find your communication devices. They act as teleporters, and your multiversal jumpers," Brohan explained. "Wait, huh?" Lip asked. "The devices are linked to your home universes. Mark, you're also linked to Minnie," Brohan told them.
Hold on. So, I can check on the dojo?
Eric asked. Brohan nodded gently.
"Thank you, Brohan. Much appreciated,"
Mark said. The boys all got settled and comfy and put on their watches.
"It's kind of strange being here. I don't know whether to be happy or freaked out,"
Elias muttered.
Are we really just people of fiction in your universe?
Eric asked him.
"Oh yeah, Mark's creator is called Mark, some dude my dad met over their love for Power Rangers,"
Elias explained. "Huh, and I thought my world was really screwed," Lip muttered with a shake of his head.
"The Armada, right?"
Mark asked. "Yeah, they managed to beat every Power Ranger team, and now they own Earth," Lip explained.
My Earth is split into two. A yin and a yang.
Eric chuckled.
My world sounds almost normal compared to your three.
Mark smiled. Suddenly an alarm went off and all the boys ran out of the basement and ran up to Brohan. A monster's attacking the city, Brohan explained.
Alright, team. Time we head out and do what we do best.
Mark ordered. Then the four of them ran out the door. They ran into the city and found a pyramid monster firing blasts of energy from a cannon which had been extended from the pyramid on its chest.
Hey, stop right now!
Elias called out. The monster stopped and faced the four boys.
Oh, look what I found.
The monster growled.
That was cooler than I thought it was gonna be.
Elias grinned.
Let's keep focused.
Mark ordered.
Sorry.
Elias muttered. Mark took one step forward.
It's morphin' time!
Mark called out. Mark held out his Cornish power morpher, and it popped open.
Kono bis ficken!
Mark called out. Then the morpher dematerialized, leaving the coin floating there. Mark then morphed into his ranger suit. His helmet formed over his head. Then the coin started spinning and it flew at Mark, hitting Mark in the chest. The coin shattered, and Mark's Cornish chest shield formed around him. Mark had morphed into the red Cornish Ranger. Eric held out his fist. His green Celtic ring started to glow.
Now you're not, Kilchuck!
Eric called out. Then he held up his fist into the air and suddenly a Celtic rune formed above him. He then lowered his arm and the rune lowered itself down and it phased over Eric, his ranger suit forming over him as the rune descended down. As the rune touched the ground, it vanished. Eric had morphed into the gold Celtic Ranger. Elias pulled off his necklace and crushed the crystal in his hand. The energy that came from the crystal formed into a sword sheathed in its shield. Elias grabbed the handle which extended from the top of the shield and pulled the sword out and held it up to the sky.
The Odenskraft Volvenveda.
Elias called out. Then the blue energy seeped out of its blade and it formed around him. Then the energy formed into his ranger suit. His horns grew from his helmet as he sheathed his sword. Elias had morphed into the blue Viking Ranger. Lip held out his arm. Ra appeared behind him and sunk his talons into his forearm. White veins rippled through his wrist and a wristbound morpher appeared in the shape of a falcon head. Lip then held out his black crystal scarab, its wings opened and the key extended. He then opened the falcon's mouth and placed the key inside and then closed the mouth down. Capra! Lip called out. Then the falcon eyes started to glow and the energy wave pulsed from his morpher and it wrapped around Lip's entire body, forming into his ranger suit. Ra, the god of the sun, then merged into Lip's body and his helmet formed around his head. Lip had morphed into the white Egyptian Ranger of Ra. The four rangers ran at the monster. The red Cornish Ranger swung his power sword and hit the monster, but his sword just bounced off of it. He stumbled back. Then the Ranger of Ra landed behind the monster and slashed him with his claws several times, but the monster just wasn't phased. Then the monster turned around and swung his big chunky fist, hitting the Ranger of Ra, knocking him back. The gold Celtic Ranger tried to trip up the monster, but failed. Then Pyramidas grabbed the gold Celtic Ranger, picked him up, and fired his chest cannon, hitting the Celtic Ranger point blank, sending him flying back, crashing on the ground. The blue Viking Ranger bashed Pyramidas with his shield and swung his sword, but the monster just stumbled backwards, and then he stomped his foot and sent a shockwave through the ground, which made the Viking Ranger stagger back. Then Pyramidas fired its cannon, hitting the Viking Ranger. He managed to defend himself, but the impact of the attack made him slide backwards.
I shall see you next time, Rangers.
Pyramidas chuckled, then its arms started to glow, and pyramid-like blocks flew out of them and struck down all four rangers at the same time, knocking them off their feet. Then the monster teleported away. The four rangers stood up and all demorphed. Well, that was embarrassing, Lip growled.
Must admit, not our finest hour.
Mark grunted.
Screw this, man. We just got our butts handed to us.
Eric snapped. He kicked a can across the road, and then the team found a bench to sit on.
This is a part of the episode where the team has to figure out the hardship of teamwork.
Elias muttered. Oh, dude, shut up, Lip snapped.
Yeah, man. Say something useful or shut up.
Eric groaned.
No. He has a point. We should have been a team, and we failed. Big time.
Mark commented.
It's 'cause you guys just jumped into it without thinking.
Himiko said from behind them. The boys all stood up and turned around to see Himiko stood there with arms crossed and a frown on her face.
How did you find us?
Mark asked.
Brohan has viewing monitors. We saw you get your butts wiped across the floor.
Himiko mocked. So you thought you'd come down here? Lip asked her.
Yes, 'cause I am a human being from this earth, and I have lived with Loki's reign for years, and I have never seen a ray of hope. Nothing to look at and say, yes, we could win this war, until this morning, when I got told about the Power Rangers.
Himiko told them.
I never had a team before.
Eric sighed.
I've had one too many.
Mark replied. I've never had friends before. Lip muttered.
I spent my entire life listening to stories about rangers. I always said if I could become one, I would do something spectacular.
Elias told them.
Guys, I'm willing to do this.
Mark said, placing his hands on Eric and Lip's shoulders. Yeah, I'm down. Mark, you're our leader. You've got to lead us. Lip told him.
I agree.
Eric nodded.
Let's give this another try.
Elias grinned. The four boys nodded, then suddenly the communicators started beeping. Rangers! Another attack from the pyramid monster. He's attacking nearby, Brohan told them.
Thanks, Brohan.
Eric said to his watch, and the four boys started to run off. Elias stopped, turned around, and faced Himiko.
You know, usually in the story, the wise helper usually becomes a ranger. Shame you ain't one, huh?
Elias chuckled, then he ran off, chasing after the other three. The four boys arrived to see Pyramidas, blasting buildings.
Round 2, is it, Rangers?
Pyramidas barked with glee. The four boys all looked at each other and nodded, then they all morphed once again. Now what are we going to do, oh faithful leader? The Ranger of Ra asked.
Okay, we keep him distracted. His armour is tough, but he has a weak spot. That cannon. Eric, that is where you come in.
The Red Cornish Ranger commanded.
Alright, keep him busy. Give me that opening.
The Gold Celtic Ranger replied.
I'm the only one who has knocked him. I will attack head on.
The Blue Viking Ranger said. The four Rangers divided and dived at Pyramidas. The Viking Ranger bashed into the monster with a shield once again, then threw a combo of shield smacks and sword slashes. The Red Ranger summoned his power axe and then ran around the back of the monster, shifting the axe to blaster mode as he ran around and started blasting the monster from behind. The Ranger of Ra took flight, his wings extending from over his arms and outward. His wings then detached from his arms and extended off his back, allowing him to stay in flight mode but allowing him to use his arms at the same time. He then swooped down and slashed his claws on the monster's head. Pyramidas spun around and tried to fire his cannon, but ended up missing each shot. He tried to hit the Rangers, but they moved so swiftly and in sync he could not land a hit. Then he turned around and tried to aim his cannon, but the Gold Celtic Ranger landed in front of the monster with his javelin in hand. He then rammed the javelin in the cannon. The Gold Celtic Ranger then flipped backwards.
Oh snap, I can't stop.
Pyramidas called out. The cannon fired, but the javelin blocked it. Then Pyramidas blew up. The four Rangers, demorphed, all cheered and high-fived each other, then headed back to base.
We had a bump in the road, but we figured it out.
Mark grinned.
Can I sleep now?
Eric whined.
I seriously could eat a cow.
Elias chuckled. Get some rest, boys, and fill yourself up with some food, of course. We start training tomorrow. Brohan told them. The four boys all headed for the basement and got something to eat before they all climbed into bed, ready to get a good night's rest. Good night, team, Lip called out.
We have a chance to head home, guys, but I'm glad everyone stayed.
Mark told everyone.
It's worth staying. We could do good here.
Eric replied.
See you boys in the morning.
Elias said as he closed his eyes. Then all four Rangers fell asleep. In the land without time and space, William Cranston sat there watching the first day of the Rangers being in Universe 218. A small grin appeared on his face. Why the hell are you smiling for? Takeshi asked. It has begun. My Ranger of Ra will be all-powerful by the end, and another universe will be saved. William chuckled. Takeshi just shook his head and walked away. Then William stood up and walked over to his chessboard for the global team. He moved Thoth's black chess piece one step forward, then moved Mark's chess piece one step forward as well, leaving 2 squares between them. Then he picked up the pink Ranger's chess piece that was on the side of the table, placed it on the white side next to the other Ranger's chess pieces. Soon, my little pink Ranger. Soon. William grinned. Then he walked away and wrote in his diary.
Mark, the Red Cornish Ranger, was played by Mark, the Red Cornish Ranger. Elias, the Blue Viking Ranger, was played by Cosplay Son 637. Himiko, the Pink Japanese Ranger, was played by Cosplay Wife 637. Eric, the Gold Celtic Ranger, was played by Cosplay Dude 637. Lip, the Ranger of Ra, was played by Ty Tiger.